What is up, everyone? All fans and Barca fans, back here again with another weekly kind of breakdown of everything that's going on. I'm gonna talk about the last two games and a little bit about kind of preview for tomorrow's very important second leg clash against Napoli in the Champions League, which is going to be immensely and incredibly important and very a big game for us. But let's talk about what's happened in the last couple of games and what really has transpired with the club and what's really been going down. And well, it's not been all pretty, really, as you can expect. The last time we were going into an Athletic Bilbao game, which just didn't go as planned as we wanted. We all know it wasn't gonna be easy, but still, though, wasn't the best we could have done. It's a bit, it was a bit frustrating, to say the least. And a lot of bad stuff happened, especially regarding injuries. Um, we didn't lose the game. No, we did go. We did end up drawing 0-0, like, or 0-0. Um, but which is not the end of the world. But it still was a very frustrating game. We had a few good chances, some here and there, but overall, it just looked like a game that was never going to go either way. It looks like a draw all over. They as well did not do too much crazy. It was just in the end, the draw is kind of a fair result if you look at it that way. Um, because we did defend well, we did do really well in defense. In the midfield, it was mostly good until injuries, but we did control the game. As I come to, at first, until those injuries happened, we controlled the game very well, and we were looking very good, like we could actually score. But as soon as those injuries went down, both on Frankie De Jong and Pedri, everything just collapsed in that midfield and up front. Defense was still good, so that's why I believe we still could and we managed to keep it to a 0-0. We didn't concede anything. The defense is solid, still good, nothing bad. But without them, there was no creativity left in that game. We couldn't really bring ourselves to do anything. Yes, he brought on Fermin Lopez and Joe, or Vitor Rojo. Even I don't know if he came on in that game, but we brought in a few subs, trying to make something out of it. But it's just like it's a whole tough situation. It's so bad, and they will be out for a while. Frankie has a sprained ankle. Pedri has also something with his. I don't know what it was. Maybe I'm stopped for something. It was something close to almost like his last injury. Good news though, it wasn't an aggravation of his last injury. It's a whole other one, but it's kind of the similar, yeah, kind of type stuff. He won't be out too long, like first expected. Maybe just until the beginning of April, end of March, beginning of April, as it stands right now. But with this club, you never know. The medical team has been an absolute mess. They have not been able to keep our players healthy and good and fit at all. And I think that's one of the main things that need to change in the summer. One of the absolute main things that need to change. What we're doing right now is not okay with how we're handling these players, especially someone like Pedri, who's been injured multiple times this season. And we're the ones who had the most injured, like over this whole season. 22 times overall, 22 players have been injured. I think it was something like that around those numbers, 20 plus. Like, that is absolutely insane. And we're only in March, we're not even finished with the season. That is unacceptable. And it's really, really bad. This season, Our biggest downfall, biggest, and has been has not been the refs or has not been the team. It's been the injuries. That's been our biggest downfall, our biggest weakness. That has brought down the team. And now we're up against Napoli without Frankie and Pedri, which is gonna be a tough task, but it's not impossible. We have still good players who can step in, who can do well, but we need to be focused. We need to be ready, you know. Midfield still we have Christensen who's done good in the pivot role. Gundogan is still doing very well there. We have Fermin Lopez who can step in and maybe another youngster or so or somewhere. But it's overall it's gonna be a very tough task. But to have that creativity without Pedri and Frankie, which are our main like providers pretty much with the passes and all that kind of stuff, they have been in good form as well lately. So it's really sad, especially with Pedri. So yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. Uh, what can you really say? It's tough. It's really tough. It's not right, and it shouldn't be this way. But this is the situation we are in, and hopefully Xavi can may still make something out of it. And tomorrow, we can just do our best. This is the most important game of the season so far, and we need to get it done. Go through to the quarterfinals. The players have to do everything they can. Xavi has to do everything he can. This is so important, not just for us going through and having to get a chance for another title, but also overall for the team spirit, the team morale, the everything, the collective, and all that. That can, if we can go through, it will boost our confidence as well. Not just for the Champions League, but for the league too, in a way. It will show that we have the capability to do well, to go far, to still, despite all the shortcomings, we can still get there. I'm not saying we're gonna go on and win the thing, but at least go as far as possible, you know. And that's the main thing here, and that's what we have to do, and have to try to do. Hopefully that can go down tomorrow. We can do it properly and do it well, and not make it harder for ourselves. You know, there's some youngsters that will be called in as well. Kubarsi in the back has been really good in defense too. Lamine Yamal has been firing off incredibly, and I'll get to that more in a second with the Mallorca game. But um, there's we still have quality in the team, and despite what happened there at the Athletic Bilbao game, after that people were trying bringing us down, saying like, yeah, we're done for and all that stuff. But we're not. Just because we drew against Athletic Bilbao, nobody expected us to really have an easy game against them. Athletic Bilbao are no pushovers. We all know that they are a tough team to crack on their best day. So it's not easy. We still defended well. We did not play a bad game. We were just not lucky. We had very bad luck, and it's it's just it's just a really annoying situation that hopefully we can get through and we can finish this season strongly, and then we can start rebuilding in the summer. There's more rumors now, but Flick's agent speaking more with Laporte and so on. It looks like Hansi Flick will be the one to take over after Xavi, and he's also been putting on a lot of effort to really get the philosophy of the club and um, trying to prepare the best coaching team and all that kind of stuff. So he's very dedicated to really take on this job, which is a good thing. I'm very happy that he is, because that means that he will not just come here and think, oh, oh yeah, I'm taking over Barcelona, a big job, big money. No, he's actually dedicated, and it looks like he's actually dedicated and really does want to succeed here as a coach, wants to really take on this project. He sees something in it. So let's hope that is the case, and we'll come back to that in the summer and see how everything unfolds. But for now, I hope that Xavi can bring this all together, and these next few months, like next 3 months or so, could be just a perfect finish for him and for his club for this season, and and just we can go as far as possible in the last two competitions we're in, the Champions League and the league. So and hopefully get a title, at least one title. So it's not easy, it never is, but it's not impossible either. Despite what many think and how it kind of looks at the moment, it still not isn't. If you just have the right mentality, the right drive, the right tactics, the right talent, all that stuff, you can get to it. You can get and you can do it. Right. And sorry. Um, then we get to the Mallorca game, of course. Before I talk about Napoli game tomorrow, the Mallorca game not so much different story. That game, yeah, it was without Pedri and Frankie, of course, which it was the first test to see really. But we played that on Friday actually, which is very unusual. We don't play many games on Fridays, but it was on Friday, and it didn't look too bad overall. That game we did had many good chances. The players that stepped in were very good and very actually very, how should I say, very useful, very um cooperative, very good. Like in that game, very doing their jobs right. Um, there was a few missed chances here and there. A missed penalty by Gundogan, which is very annoying. In the beginning, we could have taken the lead there. um, but overall, it wasn't a bad game. We did do our best with what we had in Mallorca. Yes, which one hand isn't the most like isn't the best team ever. It's not the most one of the tougher teams in the league. They're not, not but also they're not neither are they like like a super like great easy team to get by either. They beat Girona last week, so as well last weekend. So it's it's a thing like they're not some random just nobodies in that sense at least. They they can put up a good match and a good game. So but we did win. Thankfully, it took a while. Everybody missing and stuff. We were getting frustrated. Like, why isn't it going in? And finally, with a beautiful strike, a beautiful turn by Lamine Yamal, he puts in a true golazo top right there. It was absolutely wonderful, a true masterful goal. Mind you, again, this kid, he's only 16 years old, and he's scoring like that. It's absolutely brilliant. He was the man of the match, and he did absolutely wonderfully. He did something so good. Like, and mind you, this game was just um, it was a he was doing that kind of thing. It was a very important 3 points that we needed to get, and it was looking like it was gonna be another 0-0 or something. But I mean, saved us once more. And it's just crazy how much talent this kid has. He has been absolutely brilliant in how he's been playing, how he's been handling everything. It's like he's been a pro player for years now, right? How he's playing. Do you understand? He's like it been going on and on and on every game, playing like he's a veteran pretty much in this team. You kind of don't even realize that sometimes that he's only 16 when the way he is playing. You would think that he's been around for years and been homing in this for a long time, but he he's just showed up this season big time, and he already showed a little bit last season as well of that talent, but this season, especially now, he has come in perfectly into this team and has been one of the most main bright spots of this team and one of the most like greatest prospects from La Masia we've seen in years. So it's in that position, in forward position. Though we have seen many before, we have seen some aspects here and there throughout these last 4 years. 2020s, we've seen in defense, in midfield, and all that kind of stuff. But we've never seen anyone truly dominate up front. It's been a few, like, maybe, but nobody really cemented their place. We have seen in defense, some with Balde in defense, and now Kobarsi too. We've seen in midfield, Fermin Lopez and Gavi doing that stuff. But nobody really up front in the forward positions doing that, taking that true place in the team. But now we see Lamine Yamal doing incredible stuff like this, and it's wonderful to see that we have someone up front who will be a superstar down the line. 100%, he can be one of the best. But no pressure on the kid. We should not put any pressure on him. He should just be enjoying himself. He should be doing whatever he can, but not feel any pressure or anything like that. We must handle it perfectly because he's still a kid. He's still young. There's still a lot of time for him to develop even more. He has many years ahead of him in a great career, surely, if he just keeps this up. And it's wonderful to see that. And he's been doing absolutely incredibly for the team, scoring many goals, doing more than what really is asked of him. As a 16-year-old, you cannot ask one of these La Masia players to do too much. But he's exceeded expectations. He's exceeded what's been asked for him. He's been doing even more than that. Man, it's wonderful to see a young talent take a step like that and take a big place in a team like this, like with Barcelona, that has many great players, many big, strong, talented players, like Rafinha up front. Like you have Rafinha up front, you have Victor Roque, João Felix, Ferran Torres, Lewandowski. You have some some world players, pretty much world class players, like, and he's coming in there, 16 years old and doing stuff like that. It's scoring like the prime top players only would. Some say it reminded him of when Messi used to do that kind of goals like that, but I don't want to compare him to that. That's not right. That's not right to do those kind of comparisons. That he's his own thing. He's his own person. He is Lamine Yamal only, and he is gonna cement his own kind of persona and personality and kind of feel and style on the pitch. He's gonna do his own thing. Sure, you can compare maybe the way like our youngsters come up and stuff like that, and like we have another good prospect in that kind of sense. In that sense, yeah, okay, you can do that, but not no direct comparisons of any bigger players, all that stuff. That's not what he needs right now. What he needs right now is just the confidence from the team and be handled right, to get the right minutes and the right you know right time and right amount of time, and not be pushed too hard. Because we've seen how that can affect young players. You've seen that. We don't want another situation like that we've seen before with Pedri, with Gavi, that. We don't want that. So, and with Ansu Fati even in some cases. So we need to just be patient with him. But it's wonderful to see that he's been showing so much promise and so much great talent. I'm very happy about that, very much so. And I just can't wait to really see more of him and what he can bring next. So yeah, but that was the Mallorca game. We did win that 1-0, and we got the 3 points. In the weekend, though, the other results didn't go our way. So it was a little frustrating. Osasuna failed to do anything against Girona, and of course Celta Vigo just collapsed against Real Madrid. really stupidly. They even let Arda Güler score. It's just I don't know. It's frustrating, but we need to keep it. There's nothing is done yet. There's still plenty of time to work with in the league, but now we set our focus to the Champions League. This game, it could either be our final game in the Champions League this season, or another breakoff point that can be the start of a path for these next 2 months into something bigger and better and really good. Um, as we try to get as far as possible into this through this competition. Um, I don't know what Xavi's gonna go for. It's a mystery at this point. He can really experiment and put in something he can do, but I think he will do as best as possible to get the strongest team possible in the starting 11. I would think in defense, I'm not sure whether it's gonna be Nyago Martinez starting or Kubarsi next to Araujo. I'm not entirely sure. Could be either, but could be either one. Like we'll see. Kubarsi has been really good lately. That kid has also been doing wonders in the back. He is perhaps maybe a star, but I don't know. It's a gamble really. In you Diego Martinez have not been in the greatest type of form lately. He's been good mostly, but he's been making a few mistakes here and there. Notably, also in the last Napoli game, he was part of that goal as well that they scored. He was part of that. It was not all his fault though. It was a little bit of stuff there too, but um, there's a lot of other factors in that too. But Jeez, I don't know. I don't know if what really can happen. But I hope that Xavi knows the best possible 11 that he can put up, and that those players will do all they can to get us through to the quarterfinals. Up front, of course, I believe Lewandowski definitely starting. But then we'll see. There's some talks that maybe Joe Felix will start. There's a possibility. Alongside that, I think probably Lamine Yamal will be starting. I would think with the good form he's in, as I said. So, and then in midfield, well, I'm pretty sure Christensen has been doing incredible in that central defensive position. So he's definitely gonna get that start. We'll probably have Gundogan there too, and we could have either Fermin Lopez maybe, or he can possibly do something else. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he can bring on some kind of different type of situation there with maybe defenders, maybe go extra, like putting in maybe Roberto or somebody else, or maybe doing an extra Rafinha in the midfield. That's been talked about as well. There's many different possibilities, but we'll just wait and see tomorrow what Xavi goes with. But whatever it is, I just hope he's very confident in that, and he's ready to really control and handle the game and manage the game properly with the substitutions as well. Do them do them all much better than they did in the first leg. We're playing at home. We should be able to do this, with the fans behind us and all that. With the fans, I think the players should be confident enough to really get this done, to see this through, and just go out there and have the performance of the season. I'm just gonna leave it open. I'm not saying that we will, but I hope they know what's at stake here, and hope they know that we are strong enough to do this. We are the stronger team on paper. We are we should be the stronger team than Napoli, and I think tomorrow we need to prove that. And if we do that in a dominant, proper way, I think we'll show the rest of Europe and other teams that we are up there with some of the main ones that can really challenge for this trophy, or at least go for chance or go far enough. That we're not pushovers this season, despite all our problems. we are still Barcelona. We are still that dominant giant. Despite that we can still go and show something because we have possibility to go far. Other teams this season have not been that brilliant. You know, Bayern are in like a way of form right now. They're not the best. Manchester City are, of course, they are dominant, but they're not invincible. They still have their weaknesses here and there. It's gonna be the toughest opponent we can face, 100%. So, but I hope we don't face. If we go for, I hope we don't face them at least until the final or something. But otherwise, as well, PSG not that much of a threat overall against us. Like they're they're in a mess at the moment as well. And then of course Inter also same. They will probably go through against the Atletico Madrid. I'm sure that if they won the first leg, I'm sure they will be winning this because Atletico Madrid not the strongest at the moment. They're good. Inter are good, but not something that is too good for us to do for us to potentially go up against. So we'll see. We'll see. There's plenty of ways it can go, but we'll think more about that then. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. First off, we need to get past Napoli tomorrow, and I just hope we can get that done well. Because other than that, I don't know much more I can say. It's overall a very interesting week for us because after this game as well in the weekend we have Atletico Madrid. By the way, speaking of Atletico Madrid, we do face them as well, um, which shouldn't be too much of a problem for us either because they are in a terrible form at the moment. They just lost this weekend in against some other team. Like I think it was Cadiz, maybe I believe it was. They lost 2-0 there. So I think they're not in the best of moments at the moment. They're not feeling too well. So we should be able to at least get some type of victory there or something, or at least have a stronger chance for that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. That's all that I have to say. There's a few updates here and there about some transfer rumors and all that kind of stuff, but I'll maybe do another video by that for that later on. uh, there's not too much like on that front. Like there's a few things here and there, but nothing super concrete really. It's gonna be an interesting summer when we get to that. Like, who we gonna sign? Who's gonna be like, oh, who's gonna, you know, what the new coach is, whoever it's gonna be. Um, if it is Flick or somebody else, what that coach is, what he's gonna be doing, and what his plans are for the team. So who knows? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But for now, our focus is on tomorrow and getting through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it a lot. Uh, if you guys did enjoy this, leave a like down below and also subscribe if you've not done that already. And ring that notification bell to get notified next time a weekly update like this comes out, or a monthly or so, and also match reviews and other type of videos of that nature. And yeah, thanks again for all the recent likes and subscriptions and all that. I'm very happy. It means so much to me to see that this channel is growing. uh, we're up to now. I'm not sure what it is at the moment. Like at least 400 plus subscribers, like 450 or something, 17, maybe even more. I don't know. But I've been growing a lot. It's been growing. I've been to 400 plus at least, which is very fun to see for me. I'm very happy about that. So thank you guys again for that. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my other channel as well. I would love for more people, if you like pop culture stuff and reactions, the trailers for movies and games and all that stuff, or reviews, and all that. keep an eye for that. The channel name is Elmer Days. I'll leave a link down below, or maybe I thought, but you can also see it. Just search for that. I would appreciate if you can subscribe to that one as well, if you find that type of content interesting. And yeah, for that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Let's hope for the best and good result tomorrow. We'll see you then. See you on the other side. Visca Barça.